Okay, Apple dropped iOS 26.1 Beta 1 today on Monday, September 22nd. As you can see here, it actually just completed installing, and since this is the first beta with the new iPhone 17 Pro Max, you know we have to do our heat check. There was a lot of talk about titanium and going away from that back to aluminum here, and I can tell you right off the bat from picking it up, look how much cooler it is staying all around the device. It is actually very cool to the touch and not uncomfortable at all. So definitely happy to see that. We had huge complaints in regards to that with our iPhone 16 Pro Max. We talked about it. The heat disbursement was terrible. Yeah, definitely a big fan and happy to see it has been fixed and updated with the new iPhone 17 Pro models. Now, beyond that also, this being the first beta of iOS 26.1, it came in at 14.57 gigs. That is massive. As a .1 release or a .1 release, we fully expect it to have a ton of new features added and a lot of fixes hopefully done on the back end. The size seems to verify that, but stay tuned to see if that is actually the case. So jumping right into this, let's go into settings, general, and about, and take a look at what 26.1's version is. Okay, it's an I build, so we have a 23B 5044i as the first build. Not unsurprising, not as far back in the alphabet as I might have expected, considering I think this will take quite a bit of time before it is actually released to the public. I'm still thinking we should see 26.0.1 here soon. Interestingly enough, watchOS showed a 26.0.1 update that we actually just pulled in. We'll be talking about that in another video. But as far as this goes, hopefully we will see some fixes for the camera issues that were reported, Wi-Fi bugs, and more. So jumping into some of what those issues were, I had one in the control center, and you can see it was still laggy when I swipe up for the first time. I did a video just before this went live talking about what could possibly be going on with this. It stayed true from our 16 Pro Max, the 17 Pro Max, and even on the Air. Not quite sure what's going on with that, but yeah, it seems to be a me issue. Jumping right into settings for the Wi-Fi, you can see it's actually loading quicker than it was on iOS 26 public release or what was installed on your phones, but it is still hopefully going to be better with connectivity when you leave your house or you get on a Wi-Fi network and it doesn't just disconnect. It was causing CarPlay issues as well. We'll have to see if this fixes that as well. Apparently also, we need to go in and check our developer notes. I actually went ahead and looked at them on the Air, so we can just pull them right back up. And here's where it's a little bit of a surprise. So luckily it's updated to 26.1 beta, but when you scroll down, you can see there's a resolved issue for background access assets, game controller, new features for Health Kit, which says Health Kit authorization UI now displays a single blood pressure switch to control changes. There's a resolved issue. Nearby interaction has a new feature as well. There's a known issue, 3 more Siri known issues, a new feature for Swift UI, a couple of resolved issues, and another known issue. And UI Kit does have a resolved issue for UI document, but that is it. That is the extent of what's listed in their documentation here. Kind of interesting. Again, I expected much more to be new here. Let's jump into the camera app and see how everything loads up. Seems to be working pretty smoothly. No real issues here. No new splash screen or anything. Let's go into our stock app like we like to do. And I can tell you, while we're going through all this also, I am actually very impressed that it is not burning up like it was in the past. So that is definitely good to see. Let's go into music, see if there's anything new here. No new splash screen. It also doesn't look like liquid glass has changed that much. You probably noticed that in the control center earlier when we swiped through. I'm actually happy in its current form, so I will definitely take that. Maybe it seems a little more responsive and quick on the scroll. Could just be that placebo effect. But other than that, I'm not seeing too much here at all. If you actually scroll down through settings, let's actually take a look also at the iPhone storage, since this is a big point of contention on the 16 Pro Max. And okay, happy to see this. It is almost half the size, finally, from what our 16 Pro Max was pulling in. We were sitting around 38, 39 gigs. System data is now only at 20.82. Still seems a little high to me, but this is good to see nonetheless. And iOS as a whole is actually, for the first time for me, taking up more size than the storage itself. You can see Apple Intelligence is still under 7 gigs. The iOS itself is at 14.28 for a total size of 21.26 gigs. So, for lack of having to drag this video out for you guys, unfortunately, I'm not seeing too much new in this build. Everything seems to hopefully just be tweaks and polishing on the back end. It's just crazy that it's another 14.5 gigs in size to not have any new features. We'll be doing a deeper dive, and we'll actually be doing a full side-by-side comparison, checking to see if there's anything new, matching up the menus and everything like that. So make sure to thumbs up this video and stay tuned to the channel to see all of that with what we discover later on in the week. Also, obviously, the biggest question is going to be, how is this going to impact battery life? We will keep our Air and Max on different versions to kind of get an idea. I have been very impressed with the Air's battery life, even in regards to the Pro Max as a heavy user. So we'll see how it really operates. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.